Hello everyone, I wanted to have a quick tutorial on how to do camera tracking in After Effects because this is really going to help you guys kind of take your AI stuff to the next level. This will allow you to add, basically if you have like a little computer screen and you wanted like a hologram to come off of it, if you wanted, stuff in the background to lock onto a camera, this is how you would do that. I'll give you some examples and hopefully instead of me talking about it, it's just easier to see it. So first off, what you want to do is if you have your effects and presets over here, you want to type in 3D camera tracker. I have a shortcut that I use as Control Spacebar, and that will, when you select on the track, it allows you to get to things super quick. But one of the things that you want to do with this is you turn on detailed analysis and render track points. It just makes things a little bit easier. You can also increase the size of the track points once they render out, which I find to be very helpful too. So let's let it do its thing, and then we will go to the next step. Okay, solving camera, and you're going to see a bunch of points or tracker points everywhere, and there they are. Now, what we're when I was talking about the point size, so you see it where it says track point size. You can click on this, and then that way you can see them a little bit better if you have bad eyes. All right, there we go. There's our tracker points. So the way this works is you basically want to have tracker points. If you notice, when you move your mouse over certain areas, it has this little like a circle plane. And you want that circle plane to kind of line up to the way the window or the green screen is facing. So I kind of like how this one is, so I'm going to click those. And you can kind of just grab the ones you want. And then once you do, you basically select those, right mouse click and say, create solid and camera. And what that's going to do is it's going to create this solid plane. And if you hit S on your keyboard, that will allow you to scale that plane up. And then if you notice, you have this gimbal right here. This will allow you to kind of move and align it into position of how you want your window to be. So let's say we wanted it to be up in this area over here. And now, if you notice, when we move the camera, it follows the camera movement. Now where this is really great is when you hit Control-Shift-C, you put it into a new composition. Let's just say this is our alert screen. There we go, hit OK. And when you double click on that now, it will open up just that little window. And I have made a bunch of little computer screen things in Comfy UI. So this is the alert screen. I made this one with LTX. And LTX is fantastic for making quick visual effect shots, and I'll show you a few of those in just a bit. So we're just going to drag this right into here, and there we go. Scale up a little bit. There we go. To get back into the other tab, if you notice, here's the alert screen right here. We're going to click on this one. It'll send us right back into it. And then all you have to do is just drag this behind here, and if you notice, we got the green screen there. We got to key that out. So to do that, super easy. All you have to do is just, for the people that don't have the shortcuts, come over here to your effects and presets, and then type in key, and you'll see key light. So just click key light and drag it right onto your composition. Take this little eyedropper here, click, and you're pretty much done. The last thing I would say to do is if you still have some like lines on there, you have different clips that you can do. So you can clip black. You got to be careful with this stuff though, because you can go too far and it will start taking detail out of things. So just be very careful. You can sometimes mess up clips if you don't do it right. You can start pulling out things. But yeah, and you've got a gain that you can play around with. So yeah, just kind of tweak it to get to the levels that you want. And that's pretty much, I would go down a whole rabbit hole on the green screen. I just want to show you guys a quick tutorial on this, but this is a very entry level a tutorial. But even at entry level, it will still help you guys out quite a bit. So once we have that on this alert screen, we can move this behind here, get it lined up to where we want. There we go. You notice it's still a little bit not lined up there. There we go. That's getting a little bit better. And once we have that lined up, there we go. It will track along with our camera. So that is pretty much how you do tracking. And what I would do is for each of the areas, because the perspective is going to be a little bit different, so I would just basically click back onto the main track with the tracking points, and messed up there. Click on the camera tracker, and now you can go back and find the next ones and just do it again. And then this time you're just going to create the solid on there, and now we can move that solid to where we need it to be. So you just create multiple ones, put them in their own compositions. Let's scale that up so we can see it a little bit better. There we go. I'm just trying to line it up to kind of eyeball it to the position of that window and the way it works. And once you put this behind there, you'll see it's already behind the stuff. But I still like to put it in its own composition. That way we can modify it a lot easier. There we go. There's our background. And then for that one, I think I had clouds in the background for that one. I'm not going to get into that because we have some other things I want to talk about, but yeah, that is basically how I did that shot. And I did it for each one of the little screens. And then once you take that into like another, like I use DaVinci Resolve for most of my editing. I had all the effects on top of that, like the glows and the flashes and all that stuff in there. So I usually just use After Effects to get the shot to the first step, and then I take it into DaVinci, and that's where I do all the glitter and all the glam to make it, you know, pop a little bit better. So, all right, that is how you do a tracking shot. I'm going to delete all this, and the next shot I'd like to show you how to do is with the spaceship. I have this footage right here. We're going to drag this in. Anytime you drag in footage, if you've never used After Effects, you just drag it right into this little project right here, and then hold it, drag it right onto this little composition, and that will make sure that it has the correct frame rate, and it will be the exact size of the composition you need it to be. So this was a shot that I rendered out of Gen Runway, and let's say we want to put our spaceship into that. There's a ton of different ones, but you can basically take a image and turn it into a 3D object, and that's what I did for this shot right here, so I could get the angle that I wanted. So all you have to do is just take your 3D object, drag it into the new After Effects, and voila, you have your 3D spaceship. You can move it around until you find the perspective that you want it to be flying in. I think that will work. And then hit S on your keyboard, then we can scale it down to the scale that we wanted and move it the area that we want. Let's see, where's the camera moving? Okay, let's make it go this way a little bit there. There we go. Okay, so we have our spaceship. Now to make it fit inside of the scene. There's a few different little techniques that I like to do, but this one is the one that I did for the EssA video. I just hit Control D and duplicated the clouds, stick it on top, and then take your pen tool and basically just cut out some cloud shapes, just like that. And it basically sticks it right on top. You can add another one, and let's just move that over. Let's add one here. That's out of the frame. And what this does is when you hit scale, you can scale this thing up. Let's go back to our pen tool, and then you can put it on top. And if you click on the layer, hit MM, there it goes. That will go to your mask tools, and now you can feather this out. The reason why this is a cool effect is this allows the clouds to go over the top of your ship. Now, if you also change this mode on here, instead of normal to something like an add, it can also make the clouds glow, gives it a different effect. if you duplicate it twice and then put one back to normal, it will brighten the clouds, but it won't have as much transparency to it. So this is a great way of just getting some really cool atmospheric cloud shots. Another thing that you guys can do, if you go into Comfy UI and you basically have a black background, I did a realistic single lightning bolt. I'm using LTX to render these out, and it allows you to make some really cool lightning effects. And you don't need them to be very big resolution, like these are only 512 by 512. I can render out these in 42 seconds on a A6000. But here's where it gets really cool. When you have all these lightning effects, then you can just drag and drop them as like little assets into the scene. So I'm just gonna grab one. I don't know which one this is, but we're gonna find out. So there's our lightning. Actually, I don't like that one. Let's grab another one here. Let's try this one here. And delete that one. Okay, whatever. Scale. We're gonna lift this up in the scene here. And here's the key. Change the mode to add or screen. And now you've got these like lightning effects that go over your image. And if you want to speed them up, you just right mouse click on them, go to time, and then you can do enable time remapping. This will allow you to just drag this little key thing here and boom, boom. Now you've got really fast ones. And you just build them up. So if you want to add a different one, just throw that one in there. And if you don't want it to say it's going to be going outside of the bounds here, I'll show you how to fix that. We're going to add to this one. Just move this over here. See how there's going to be like a line coming through there? We definitely don't want that. So how I would fix this is just hit R to rotate. Find a place where the lightning is moving. Let's speed this up a little bit too. All right, so time, enable time remapping. Grab the keyframe. Okay, so to get rid of that, all I would do is just basically take your pen tool and then kind of move it around it. And what that's doing is now, let's go back to here. Now when I hit MM on the keyboard, I can feather this and it will blend in. So you don't have the harsh lines from the mask. And there you go. That's how you get your lightning. And if you notice that one, it kind of lingers on the frame a little bit. So I would probably, let's go back to our time on that one. Enable time remapping. Where's my keyframes on that one? I seem to have lost them. Let's try it again here. Time remapping. There it goes. Okay, they just disappeared from me. So lightning's very fast, so you don't want it to be on the screen very long, so just enough. There we go. But if you notice, see, it's still hanging on. So to get rid of something like that, I would just move this right here, and now it's gone. You got to throw the sound effects in there too for dramatic effect. So that is how I did the spaceship scene. And these are very, if you notice, it took just a few minutes to do. Doesn't need to take a lot of time, but the effect is, it still works. All right, for this video, I'm going to show you guys how to get rid of artifacts or things that you guys do not want in your AI video. So say you have an awesome video and there's some kind of glitch or an error or something that pops up and then disappears, and you just want to get rid of that one object out of the video. So this is just going to be an example. I'm going to pull open one of my clips here from the EssA video, and let's just keep this short. So I'll move this down to like 5 seconds. If you want to trim a clip, all you have to do is just grab this little handle right here, right mouse click, and just say trim comp to work area. There you go. And we'll just trim it down a little bit. I'm just keeping this short for this tutorial. So for this, let's say we want to get rid of the triangle on her. So let's just take the pen tool and take the triangle, or make a triangle around it with the mask. And there we go. And click on the layer, hit M, and then switch this to none. So that way you can see what's going on. Basically, click on the mask, right mouse click, say track mask, click the tiny little arrow. There we go. It's going to start tracking the footage. And it does a really good job tracking on the mask too. Sometimes you'll get some errors and you'll have to go in and manually adjust it, but for the most part, it does a really good job. And on the where it does mess up, if you notice, it gives you little keyframes on here. If there's like a pop in somewhere where it doesn't line up, just delete those keyframes, and sometimes it kind of like balances out, or you have to go in and manually move it. All right, so once we have that, the next step is to move this to subtract, and you're going to want to go over to your content aware fill. Now, if it's not there, click on the window over here and you'll see there's your content aware fill. Just check that. Another thing that I noticed that After Effects has an issue with, sometimes this will be like this, and you cannot mouse wheel scroll down to see if there's anything there, and there's nothing indicating that there's something there. So all you have to do is just hover over the line, drag it down. Now you can see it. Alpha expansion, usually 5 works really well. Fill method, object, lighting correction. I usually will leave that on because sometimes the light changes on a scene and you want to make sure that it will match that. That really works with clouds, especially if there's lightning going on. Little trick there. All right, so what we want to do is we want to create a reference frame. So we're just going to click this button right here, or it will make you save your file, and then it will take you into Photoshop. I've already saved the file already, so that's why you guys aren't seeing that. On this, then all you have to do is just insert what you want. Now, I find an easy solution to do is just take your lasso tool, if you're just trying to like fill something in, and then do the generative fill. And that will match everything in that shot, or you can put anything you want in it. It doesn't matter. Let's grab, like, say we want a design on there. Okay, so there's my Skyclad. Let's drag him in there, and then let's scale him down since we cannot see him there. Oh, actually, I can just click on the layer, and then let's see, where is? See, there we go. Like that. Stick him right in there. There we go. Gotta make sure you get that cookie in there. Always eat your cookies. All right. So now I have him. Hit Control S, save, exit out. We should see him on the reference frame. There it goes. And generate fill layer. And if you want to get rid of the lasso, this little toggle mask switch. There we go. And now you can see, even when she breathes, you can see that it kind of warps and distorts with it. But it's a really good track, and it's a very simple way of getting rid of anything that is infecting your footage, or unsightly things. You can just get rid of those, and hopefully that helps. Anyway, I'm gonna stop here, and I'll have more tips and tricks coming soon. I hope you guys like these videos, and if so, hit the like and subscribe, and I will be making more. Take care, guys.